Do you know what? Today I got out, I'm in my new car, which is lovely and bright as you can see, and I came out with the intention, just I had this urge to see the cherry blossom down Menlove Avenue because it's always beautiful this time of year, and I haven't seen it once yet, so I thought I'd have a drive out, but then I realised it's a very poignant date in Cynthia's life, and so on the way out there I just thought I'd pay a little tribute to Cynthia. And one of the first places we'll see now, we're driving along Smithdown Road, one of the first places is over to the right, and that's now an Asda supermarket, but that was the site of Sefton General Hospital where our Julian was born on the 8th of April 1963. Now it's actually not that far from the place where Cynthia was living with Dot Roan, so you still see the old walls of the hospital there to the right. Not much of it exists now, there's a little medical centre, but not much of the hospital still exists. But that's where Julian came into the world. John had been away, so he didn't see Julian until he was a couple of days old, and said he was going to be a famous little rocker like his dad then. But what I thought I'd do is just take you to a couple of places that are linked to Cynthia, and I'm driving along Smithdown Road now, and the first stop will be number 93 Garmoyle Road. So you've probably read about this. I'm not going to go into loads of detail, but maybe you've read about the places and you want to see them in real time, in real life. And so 93 Garmoyle Road is the rooms that Cynthia rented along with Dot Roan. I mean, Cynthia kind of needed somewhere to live because her mother had gone off to Canada, and she'd come home for a brief while, but the house over in Hoylake is rented out, so Cynthia needed to find somewhere to live, and this was the choice. Number 93 Garmoyle Road. Dot didn't really need Dot didn't need to move in anywhere separately. She only lived about a couple of miles away from here, but she decided to move in as well because of course it gave them more privacy with their boyfriends, John Lennon and Paul McCartney. They thought so anyway, but the landlady, I believe, was a bit strict with the rules. So let's drive along and we shall see. Soon, number 93 Garmoyle Road. This is the road that leads to Penny Lane, and actually the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, the bank and the barber shop, they're all really in Smithdown Place. This is Smithdown Road. The Brook House over to the left, which is linked to Cynthia Lennon. And I'm just going to take the next left turn before we get to the bridge, and that'll take us along Garmoyle Road. So this is not somewhere we come very often on tours. There's so much really out, to be honest. There's only so much you can fit in, even to a full day, and there's only so much attention span people have as well. So this is really a bit of a specialist place, and so I need to be looking at the numbers. I know it's one on the corner, but I don't come here that often myself. And it was literally just a room. Cynthia had the larger room, Dot had the room next door, I believe. So where are we? There's 113, there's 109. Okay, 101, and I know it's one of these on the corner over to the right. 93, so I'm going to pull in here to the left because there's a car right behind me, probably going to go mad at me now. Just jumped out the car to show you number 93, there it is. Not too many people come out to these places, so I don't know if the neighbours are used to filming here, but what the description Mark Lewison gives is that Cynthia's room was round the side, it had a side view, and Dot had the smaller room, so I couldn't tell you exactly which one it was. One looks like it might be the bathroom actually, so maybe the upstairs window to the left. Looks like they've put some attic rooms in now, but one of those windows upstairs, and I think the one to the left, because the other one looks like it might be a bathroom, that would be where Cynthia was living in the summer of 1962 along with Dot. and with plenty of visits by John and by Paul. Just have a little quick look at the gate. People are wondering what the hell I'm doing. But here we are, 93 Garmoyle Road. So I'm going to jump back in the car now. There she is. and I'm going to head out to Menlove Avenue, which was the first thing I wanted to do. I want to go and see the cherry blossom. So that's where we're heading now. Okay. Do you know, while I'm at Garmoyle Road, I thought I'd do something. I'd do something else and take you to the home of another lady who was very important to all of the Beatles. So, once again, we don't come to these places very often, so it's not like I know them like the back of my hand. Oh, is he letting me go or am I letting him go? Thank you. So where are we? There's Ferndale Road, that's not it. I know that the address I want is number 107 and it's Brookdale Road. So let's let this lady with the dog past. Okay, here we go. And I know it's towards the end and over to the left. Has anybody guessed what it is? I'm taking you to the home of my wonderful friend to many of you. Good Elfrida! I've just spotted it. It's actually the purple house we've just gone by. So once again, I'll jump out very quickly because the neighbours will never, they'll never expect anyone to be using this street as a tourist street, I suppose, and maybe they'll like that, maybe they won't. But good Elfrida lived just up the road from the apartments, or the rooms that Cynthia and Dot rented. So I'll just take you on a little quick trip now. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? I'll take you on a little visit to see the home of our good Elfrida. Alright. Say home, obviously she doesn't live here now because I wouldn't take you if she did. But it's that purple house there, number 107. And the favourite story that Frida's told me and many other people, so she won't mind me sharing, is that one day George, who was really kind to everyone really, George made sure that that Frida got home safely, and he took her to the doorstep and sat on the wall chatting. Look at our lovely purple bin. The house matches the bins actually. They sat on the wall chatting and Frida's dad came out. Frida's dad was very protective of her for various reasons, and her dad came out and told them off and sent him packing. But there you are, the home of our lovely good Elfrida back in the day when she became the Beatles fan club secretary. So you'll see Frida's house again over to the right, and I'm going to make my way out now to Menlove Avenue. We'll pick up the film then. I'm still trying to get used to everything, the layout in the new car, so this might be a little bit bumpy. It takes ages to work out how to position the phone and things in these, so they're not as easy as it might make them look. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to head back up to Smithdown Road. I'm not going to film as we go through Penny Lane. We've seen that enough and we'll do that another day, but I'll pick up the filming when we get to the end of Menlove Avenue and we can see the spring blossom, which is what I really came up to see, and the house where Cynthia moved to. After Garmoyle Road, well, hang on now, in between Garmoyle Road would have been speed bumps everywhere. In between Garmoyle Road would have been the apartment in town, 36 Falconer Street, and then she inevitably fell pregnant with Julian. We've just seen his birthplace, and she was pregnant and alone a lot of the time in the city centre apartment, so she eventually moved in with Auntie Mimi, and so we'll head along to Menlove Avenue, see the cherry blossom and have another look at the home that Cynthia and John shared with Auntie Mimi for a while. See you later. You know what? I couldn't resist. Penny Lane is over to the right. It's nice to see it from another angle. So coming at it from Smithdown Road, there's the shelter in the middle of the roundabout. The bus over to the right was the 75 and not the 86, but I'm sure we'll see an 86 somewhere along the route. But we're almost at the beginning of Menlove Avenue. It kind of shows you how close Menlove Avenue was to Penny Lane, I suppose. So we'll get to the big junction here. I'm being really careful with the driving. I'm talking, but as you can see, I'm not looking at you because you've got to really concentrate here. We're gonna go right. Now the street in front of us is called Queen's Drive, and that's where Brian Epstein lived. I'll let him go through, I think. So Brian Epstein lived in the street in front, and so running almost parallel is Menlove Avenue, this one. And I'm waiting to see the blossom on the trees. It's a really long street. It's nice houses around here. And there's a junction coming up to the right which would lead down to Quarrybank School. But for John and his fellow quarrymen, they'd just nip across Calderstones Park, which we'll also see in a moment. You notice I am going a little bit faster here. It's one of the streets in Liverpool that's the 40-mile-an-hour zone. Most of them are 30. But these lovely big dual carriageways. Now I can't see any blossom on these trees yet, but I don't think these are blossom trees. I don't rubbish at me trees. So I'm going to be so disappointed if there's no blossom when we get towards John's, because it's one of the highlights of the year for me, and usually I will have seen them time and time again, and I'll have seen the trees go into bud and then to bloom and then the green leaves. But this year I haven't been out here for, well, way before Christmas. I can't even remember the last time I came out here. We've been in quite a strict lockdown, a stay-at-home rule. It's eased up a little bit, but I'm still staying really cautious. When everything's ready, it's ready, I suppose. But as you can see, the roads are still quite busy and things. So the sign to the right points to Calderstones Park. I'll tell you when we get to the junction, which would take us up to Strawberry Field, but that's for another day. Hopefully when that opens up, I'll be able to take you back to Strawberry Field. I'm not too happy with the camera mount here. It seems to be bouncing. I've got this, I've got it on the mirror, you know, the reverse mirror, but it doesn't seem to be very stable, so I'm going to have to try different ways. My old car, I could balance it on like the little telly screen that stuck up a bit, but this is all different, so I've got to get used to it all. I love it though, it's a good little car. Although of course I miss my old one. You can't tell just how blue it is from me sat inside. So there's Calderstones Park over to the right. And then if we were to take the next left turn, that takes us to Strawberry Field. And I think I've had my eye wiped here. There's no blossom on the trees yet. It won't be long, yeah. Do you know what? It just means I'm going to have to... Oh, there it is. I can see it now. Oh, sorry, did I get overexcited then just because of blossom on the trees? The blossom opposite John's house is always really, really lovely. So I'm going to indicate left now. Oh, look at it! Oh, do I look super excited? Oh, it's beautiful. A bit emotional now. I'm going to pull into the left here. There's no traffic behind me. Oh, that is so nice. I'm going to go and take a picture through the blossom. But parking up here. Let me just jump out and show you John's house. The little things that make us happy, hey? Here we are. God, I haven't been here for a long time. Oh, that's a new sign. And there it is. There's some lovely pictures of Cynthia in the back garden with John and with Julian as a little baby. So what's making me think now? It was the blossom that attracted me, but it is Cynthia's anniversary today. And so this is the view she would have had. So all the time she was pregnant with young Julian, and then when her baby was born, the blossom would have been on these trees outside. And I don't know what attracted me to it today, but something really did. And I just felt as though I had to come out and show you. So there's me happy. And like I said lately, it's the little things, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. And stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you all soon.